This is a review for the Comparing and Scaling Test 2. This particular review includes investigations 3 and 4. As always with these video tutorials, you should have the paper in front of you that has this exact same content on it. Alright, number 1 says the students were invited to make a school breakfast during a half day last year. One group of students decided to make omelets. 5 eggs, 1 cup of onions, 2 cups of cheese, and a half cup of peppers are the ingredients to make 3 omelets. That word 3 is very important. There were 660 students in the school. And A is asking if they make enough omelets so that every student would each get 1, how much of each ingredient do they need? We know that there are 660 students, and if we put all these ingredients together, we're going to make 3 omelets. In other words, with all these ingredients, we could feed 3 students. We could call these 3 omelets one batch. So by dividing by 3, we're going to get our total number of batches we need to make or cook. Again, as I mentioned in other videos, when you see graphics like this, it's a good idea to write this down because this I may need to make room and make this disappear to show you the rest of the information we need to put here. So push pause when needed. Okay, so since we need 220 batches, and these are the ingredients that go into one batch, we can simply multiply this number by each one of those ingredients to find out how much of each ingredient we need. So if we need to make 220 batches, and each batch we have to put in 5 eggs, then we're going to need to use 1,100 total eggs. Again, we have 220 batches. Each batch calls for 1 cup of onions, so 220 times 1 is 220. Now this really should say cups of onions, and this should be total cups of onions. I just didn't put it there to save space. So in our answer, it's actually going to be 220 cups of onions. Again, we need 220 batches, and each batch we have to put 2 cups of cheese. So 220 times 2, again this should say cups of cheese, is 440 total cups of cheese. Again, we need 220 batches, and the last ingredient is a half a cup of peppers. So I put 0.5, or you could put 1/2 here, it doesn't really matter. So 220 times 0.5 gives us 110 total cups of peppers. So here we have all our answers needed for part A. Now this review was designed a little differently from all the other reviews we've given this year. This one has a lot of letters off of just question 1. I believe it goes all the way to S, which means if you get any part wrong, it's going to start messing you up for the rest of them. So it's very important, especially this first question, that we have an understanding of this before we move forward. Okay, so we're done 1A for the Comparing and Scaling Test 2 review, which includes investigations 3 and 4.